Shenandoah Valley Academy is located about 2 hours south of Washington, D.C. in the breathtaking Shenandoah Valley. Founded in 1908, its primary mission is to provide a distinct Seventh-day Adventist education that develops students to become compassionate citizens who are prepared for college and careers.
So for me, SVA was a place that really just changed my life. Had a pretty difficult home situation, so lifting me out of that, my home became SVA. It's not that everything was perfect. It's not that I got all perfect grades. It's not that I ever got in trouble. It's none of those things. It was just a place where it was safe to grow up.
Well, you know, the teenage years are hard wherever you are. I've often said that SVA saved my life. There's going to be challenges, there's going to be stressors, and you have this other group of people around you who are going through the same thing. It really does solidify that bond.
In 1978, that bond was formed between 4 young freshmen named Byron Greenberg, Scott Handel, Dave Riley, and Tony Williams.
You know, I know we all wish Scott could be here. I can tell you that SVA gave him an opportunity he didn't have at home. He felt like Shenandoah had changed his life. He was baptized here. We met here, but he found role models and mentors here that he didn't have at home. He would say he felt like he would be pumping gas on Long Island if he hadn't come to Shenandoah.
After years apart, the 4 ended up in the Washington, D.C. area, and on August 8, 1991, their evening took a unique turn.
We were at Scott's in-laws' house, and we were in the basement there and doing like we always do. We were eating pizza and we were playing rook. We talked about this idea of how much SVA had been a blessing to us and our friendships and how it had affected our lives in very good ways. Our hearts were just naturally in tune with the idea of giving back because we had received so much. Though our experiences were different, it's just like, yeah, let's do this. And we said, how much money does everybody have on them? The least common denominator was $10.
With a total of $40, the group opened a bank account. Over the years, they continued to donate to the fund in small amounts, and in 1994, they were able to award their first scholarship.
And we awarded $1,000, I remember. It was a sophomore that year. Her name was Sarah Axemaker. And that was the very first scholarship. One student, $1,000.
While I was here, I was able to go on choir tours. I was able to go on mission trips. I was able to go to surrounding schools. I was able to see the world, really.
After the first scholarship, the soon-to-be foundation was in need of a new name. They decided to form an acronym using the first letter of their last names.
I didn't really even know who the GHRoW board was. It wasn't until after I graduated that they really started reaching out some more. They also started realizing, hey, one day we want the GHRoW board to be GHRoW scholars. They're the ones that are going to be a part of this.
You'll hear from us more than just receiving that. So next year, your senior year, we'll be coming down and take you all to Harrisonburg and pizza and ice cream.
It's not about what we do. It's about what God has done and what has been done for us, and that was the whole push. We were so blessed by being here that we want to give back, and how can we do that?
We're not just giving you this money because we have to give some money away. We're giving this money to you personally because we're betting on you, and you're a good bet.
I wouldn't have been able to go to SVA without GHRoW scholarships, and SVA has completely changed my life.
We are interested, we're curious about how they're doing and are there ways that we can encourage them, and we're always looking for other ways to do that. And that's why a lot of people get involved, because they like the way we connect with the students as well. I enjoy it. It's way more fun than sending a check.
We have begun putting together little care packages, things that are just meant to help the students recognize that we're thinking about them and we're with them.
And probably the coolest thing is the fact that we have GHRoW scholars who graduate and are now becoming involved. Some have served on the GHRoW board, they give financially. That is like the perfect cycle. I don't think it gets any better than that.
The founders of GHRoW have been able to say, hey, this is home. This is part of you. Why don't you continue to be part of it and help other students be part of it?
Philanthropy is very important. It's a luxury for us to have an outside source that is also a champion for the school. The unique thing about GHRoW is how they pulled their resources together and coalesced them into making one strong voice for Shenandoah from a lot of alumni that have the same spirit.
There are people who invested in us. And because they invested in us and made it possible for me, Tony Williams, for Byron Greenberg, Dave Riley, Scott Handel, for us to go to SVA, directly because of their investment in us, there are 150 other students at SVA who have received over $600,000 in scholarships. There's over $200,000 that's endowed for future scholarships, and that's continuing to grow.
These funds were started with seeds, the seeds of $10. Those seeds were planted. They've grown. The seeds that you give to grow will be planted, and they'll grow in the same field with the same success. All of the seeds that you give will go directly to students. None of them go to us. All we're asking from you is to join in, to help plant a few seeds, and then to sit back and watch as we have so excitedly to see the things that grow from those small seeds.